to the K.
To the K.
To the K.
Hello, one and all. Welcome to All Out Winner Predictions.
Yay.
Once again, it would be helpful if we actually knew the card.
Yeah. I mean, the predictions are considerably more challenging when you do AEW.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Well, Carl's made up some stuff, so let's see how it goes.
Pretty much. Yeah. Isn't that what they do anyway? Ooh, sassy.
Ooh.
I kid. Oh,
I mean,
well
to be
thought.
fair, like even Carl's predictions have now been wildly changed considering the what are we calling it? Brawling.
Yeah. After Brawl In. Yeah, I've got CM Punk on the bloody front cover and everything on the artwork, and he's not even there. Maybe. Allegedly. But let's kick off with the ones we do know about, shall we? Powerhouse Hobbs versus Miro.
Yeah, I like it.
Fascinating, this one, because both of these could do with a win. We haven't seen Miro in ages.
Yeah.
If he comes back and loses, not ideal. Powerhouse Hobbs has been wildly underutilized.
Yes, it is, like you say, it's difficult. I mean, I feel like Miro's the biggest star, so they're going to have to like maybe give him a win and a bit of a run maybe going forward. I don't know.
Maybe.
But they don't seem to have plans,
No.
which isn't great.
I could see maybe Miro getting the win as a result of like QT Marshall trying to get involved and messing something up, and then Powerhouse just goes, you know what, I've had it, I'm done. And then just leaves.
Power bombs him
Yeah.
and leaves.
Powerhouse with the power bomb. But yeah, feels like it should be Miro.
Mm.
It depends how long he's sticking around for. I feel like he came back, didn't he? And it was like, wow,
Yeah.
Miro's on Collision. And then there was a bit where we didn't see him for a bit. And then it's like, oh, he's having a match though. And it's like,
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, I don't know. He doesn't seem to. This is where because everyone's like, oh, you know, Rusev was never treated right by WWE, and now he's allegedly never treated right by AEW. It's like, I mean,
is it me?
is it Miro?
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying Miro's a difficult person or anything by any means. I'm just like, it's unfortunate that he hasn't been able to get what I feel like. There's always something there in the back going, this guy could be a star. And it just hasn't quite worked out on two companies now. And
The thing is, he doesn't want to
happening.
leave his bed with his, hot, flexible wife.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sorry, I was late for Collision.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you did two collide in a few minutes ago. But yeah, Miro.
Yeah.
Another match which has been announced: Luchasaurus defends the TNT Championship against Darby Allin.
Fucking really.
Interesting that it's Luchasaurus this one, because obviously Christian's walking around.
Are they
like,
free-bedding the rules? Are they?
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, Luchasaurus is going to eat Darby, right? Like,
You'd think so.
dude's fucking huge. Well,
Darby's already had the belt a few times, hasn't he?
yeah, I want Lucha to keep it. I feel like it's better for the Christian Luchasaurus thing anyway. But
What if, Anthony? What if Darby wins? Luchasaurus goes mad. Well, Christian gets angry and slaps Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus beats the crap out of Christian and is beaten to a bloody pulp. And then, you think you know me?
okay, but are we going to go with Rob Zombie licensed music because we can't use Metalingus?
Why can't you use Metalingus?
Oh, I imagine WWE's put the kibosh on
I think you
that.
can't do that.
I would kind of like if we went to Rob Zombie.
Maybe. I think it'd be Metalingus, though. Like original, not like the guys who redid it.
I think that'd be boss.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Because you're never going to stop him.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, I don't really think I just turned up, to be honest. But I could see Darby Allin getting the win, making him like a 11-time TNT champion or something.
I don't want it. No offense to Darby.
Well, we know how you feel about Darby, don't we?
I have nothing against Darby. I just don't want to see him win any belts.
So something against it a little bit.
No, I mean, that was extreme. Obviously, I'd be made up if he won some belts. But no, I think the point you've sort of subtly made there is like, we've kind of done the Darby wins the TNT title thing. I don't think he'll do anything for the title or for Darby, so let's just keep going with what we got.
Okay, so I'm going Darby, you going Luchasaurus?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going Darby.
Going Darby? Don't shake your head.
You going all in. All in. You get what I was trying to say. Whatever.
What a funny thing you did. Next match, TBS Championship, Kris Statlander, Ruby Soho. I think it'd be kind of criminal for Kris to lose it so soon.
I would, but I kind of want Ruby to have a run with the belt, you know.
I think the point you made in one of the, was it All In review that we were doing, where it was like, do they go down the route of having Saraya and Ruby
both
having
belts,
and then Toni just losing her mind?
or they start rivaling each other, belt v belt. Yeah. All belts are equal on AEW.
Yeah, there is that. Part of me thinks though, we're going to see Jade Cargill come back in this one.
Yeah, she's made it very clear that she's not coming back, which makes me think she definitely is.
Yeah, like obviously was the former TBS champion, so I think Statlander will win the match. After the match, Jade appears, stare down. Oh, Jade's back coming after the belt. That's my thoughts on it. That's why I think it's going. I'm not sure Jade will get it back though.
I kind of don't want her to. She had such a good run with it. Like the second time around won't be as fun. Like especially not so soon.
Yeah, kind of think
I do want her back in AEW.
People won't like it, but you kind of think that if she's going to come back, she'll want to put her eye on the main belt. See, I said it, the main women's title.
I mean, going up against Saraya wouldn't be a bad shout, would it?
Well, exactly. So you never know. But that's my prediction. Stat retains, and then we get Jade coming out being like, my belt.
I like it. My belt.
Match 6 backs. So, you going Ruby?
Yeah, I'm going to go
Ruby. And I'm going. Any songs we can do with Kris or Statlander in there? I'm a stat man.
That's so good.
Anyway,
I was waiting for you to do some Scatman.
We're waiting now.
What's it called?
It is Scatman.
Yeah.
But I was like, did you say I was waiting?
Scat the thing that he does? Isn't that
maybe
called that?
I just know scat is poop, Anthony.
Okay, well, whatever. You have a different life. That's fine.
But another match which is pretty much been announced now, I think. Kenny Omega, Takeshita, 1-on-1. Don Callis on a pole. Maybe.
Omega.
Gotta be, hasn't it?
Gotta be.
Well, that would be a hell of a win for Takeshita, wouldn't it? To get a win over.
It would. I just feel it's the Don Callis that's making me think it's going to be Omega getting the win.
What if Will Ospreay gets involved, helps Takeshita get the win? I'm perfectly set.
Anytime Kenny Omega's around, you're like, but what if Will Ospreay? Wow, Will Ospreay appears.
He just didn't like McDonald's eating a cheeseburger. It's like, what if the cashier is Will Ospreay? You never know.
What if Don Callis at the end just pulls off the mask and it's Will Ospreay? Like,
that'd be fucking brilliant. If they could do it as good as Bischoff did.
That was good, that Bischoff one.
Yeah. The highlight of Eric's career, you might say.
Well.
Hi, Eric. Yeah, I'm going to go Rogue, man. Rogue's not in the match. I'm going to go Takeshita.
Okay. I'm sticking with Omega. You can stare at me all you want.
Stick with Omega if you want to. Okay. Which takes us... Oh, no, this one has kind of been announced. Sort of. So...
Yeah, kind of been announced, sort of.
On Dynamite...
AEW's cards all over it.
On Dynamite, which hasn't happened yet, because we're recording this on a Tuesday. But on Dynamite that happens tomorrow for us, we're getting Orange Cassidy versus Penta.
Right.
And the winner will face Jon Moxley. I just think that Cassidy's definitely winning. So...
Oh, okay. So we're just taking it to the bank.
Yeah.
I think Moxley's winning.
Okay. But I think Penta's winning the match with... No, I
don't give a fuck what you think.
Cassidy's beating Penta.
Yeah.
So we're going to get Cassidy Moxley.
Sound. But I think Moxley's beating Omega. Yeah. Moxley's going to beat Omega.
And then...
I think Cassidy's like, here's my belt. For some reason.
And then Will Ospreay appears. I agree with you, you know. I'm all in on Moxley.
I feel like...
Even though we're all out.
Cassidy's had... I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but he's had an abnormally long run with this belt.
Yeah.
So I feel like now's the time.
Yeah, and I feel like Moxley, you know, Tony loves Moxley for carrying the company on his shoulders and stuff when he needed it. He needed someone to do that.
And I feel like Tony went to him, listen, you can have the belt if you stick a load of sticks in your head. And he was there at All In like... Tony's like, well, bet's a bet.
He would have done it for free. Just how he casually spends his evenings. But
do you think that's how they tried to think about say you're gonna have a match with Orange Cassidy for the belts, and he's like, okay, so what am I gonna stab myself with? And it's like, well, you're not. And he's like, I don't understand.
Don't want to do.
Like, am I gonna stab myself with the belt? It's like, no, you're not gonna stab yourself with it. I just don't understand. I feel like that's how the conversation went.
Yeah, probably, to be fair. But yeah, I think Cassidy's been on an absolute tear. He's got a hell of a streak. But
An orange streak.
hey, but who's, if not Moxley, then who? At this point.
Then who?
And it'd be nice for Moxley.
The surprise thing, the unbeatable Cassidy.
Oh yeah. Like, Moxley's nowhere near the main event scene. He can't be with everything going on with MJF and Adam Cole. He deserves to be around there. He's been just kind of doing the Blackpool Combat Club thing.
Being part of the BCC and having the, whatever the fuck they're calling his belt now, be pretty good. I would like if they decided what the belt was called before they brought it out.
Well, yeah.
Because now I always forget what it's called.
Yeah. Just think of Intercontinental, but internationally.
I know, but maybe don't call it the All Atlantic or whatever the fuck they did in the first place, and then I won't be like, I can't remember what this is called.
Yeah.
I just call it Cassidy's belt, to be honest with you.
When Moxley
the orange belt.
Okay. That's the FTW title.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. It is.
Yeah. Both go Mox?
Yes.
Okay. Which takes us to a match which hasn't been announced. Has not been alluded to.
Kind of makes sense given the... it's kind of been possibly a little nod to a future feud.
Yes.
Necessarily at All Out, I don't know, but I would love to see this.
I think this is the setup we're going to get on Wednesday.
This would be the push for Guevara, wouldn't it? Master versus Mentor.
Well, the fact that he wasn't on...
What's it? Apprentice versus Mentor?
Yeah, the fact he wasn't on All In. You know what I mean? Like, he's a guy who's, a constant for AEW, who's been around all the time for everything. You kind of feel like Tony's like, well, you're going to be on All Out, definitely. So if he's going to be on All Out, then Jericho makes sense. Obviously, after the match, Sammy was there for him and wanted to shake his hand or give him a hug or whatever, and he walked away, didn't he, Jericho? So it's like, there's you planting them seeds. There. So, yeah. I feel
like you could see the feud already, can't you? Jericho being disrespectful and Sammy earning his respect. Like, I could see this. I could see this working really well.
Yeah. I just don't know where they're going to go with it now, to be honest. The whole Jericho Appreciation Society thing has collapsed. There's only Sammy left. So is this just it for good, or do they like...
I want him to keep the Appreciation Society with him as the only member, to be honest. I think it'd be fucking good.
Yeah. I mean, I loved all the stuff with like the fucking Le Sex Gods and all that. They were brilliant, wasn't it? Remember Flim Flam and all that?
The Flim Flam.
Flim Flamming. But
kids today won't know about the Flim Flam, Carl.
Back in our day. Early AEW.
During the pandemic.
We were Flim Flamming. Yeah. So I think it's going to happen. In terms of who wins, I honestly don't know. For Jericho to just constantly lose, he lost to Ospreay, then to lose to Sammy as well. It does feel a bit much.
I feel like if we're having this match, Jericho's winning this, and this isn't the only match they're going to have.
Yeah. Which would make sense, to be fair, because if the story is there, they've been there from day one, haven't they? So it's like, for them to just do a 1 week, a couple of days worth of build.
They've been down since day one.
So yeah, I'm going to go Jericho as well, but I think it's going to carry on.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to get like a trilogy of matches between these two.
Yeah, which should be good, I think. They'll have good chemistry, they will.
Good geography, them two.
Which then takes us to another match which has not yet been announced, but again...
There's the graphic I saw, I told you I'd seen it.
It was mine, I made it. Looked legit, right?
It does. Too legit to quit.
But new women's champion, Saraya, we saw there was some stuff going on between her and Toni, and I don't think that stuff's done. Obviously Ruby's preoccupied with the TBS title, so I think we might go down the route of these two for the women's title.
Agreed.
But who wins?
Saraya.
Yeah. Imagine if they give her the belt in London.
Lose it in Chicago. Yeah, you've had your fun.
Yeah. No, it'd have to be Saraya, wouldn't it? But I really like your theory, to be honest. I just can't see Ruby winning the belt so soon off stat. But
yeah, I think that's the thing. The only way to execute that is to sort of do stats over a little bit, which isn't great.
No. But yeah, this is hopefully going to lead to something interesting.
We're hitting you with the hard facts. It's going to lead to something.
I mean, there's no saying that Mercedes Moné won't show up. Like, just because she was there in the audience at All In doesn't mean that's it done now until she's healed. Like, she might show up and be
that's the thing. She can be involved without being in a match.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah. Saraya's got to win, hasn't she? Imagine literally a week later.
Right. The fume.
Yeah. You talk about Cheetah as a transitional champion. Jeez. So, yeah. Both saying Saraya. I do think this match will happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be a banger.
So, again, not announced, but where I think they might be going with it is MJF and Adam Cole, baby. defending the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships against the Kingdom.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I've not put Roderick Strong on this graphic, but he'll obviously be around. But he's got the whole neck brace thing, so I don't think he'd be in the match. So I think.
But then he's going to take the neck brace off, reveal that he's not really injured, and screw some people over.
Yeah. And this is where I think we might have the Tag Team Championships change hands very quickly, and we have the Kingdom actually get the win. Yeah.
It wouldn't be necessarily a bad shout. It wouldn't be damaging to Adam Cole and MJF, especially if it's done with shenanigans.
Yeah. I can't, maybe it's all, I'm just being worked, but I can't see MJF and Cole also working Ring of Honor as well as
no, I couldn't.
Dynamite and stuff. So yeah, I think it made sense for the story for them to be tag champs and the two the champions face off.
I mean, I wasn't sure where they were going with it because equally if they'd have had some sort of falling out on the back of the match at All In and one betrayed the other, then being this, oh, we're forced to get along because of the tag belts thing would have been quite amusing. But obviously they didn't go down that road for the main event. So I am curious what they're going to try and do with it. But I think you're right. I think Kingdom getting the belts would be great for Kingdom. Not really that damaging for Cole and MJF. So let's do it.
Yeah. And Roddy's going to get involved and Kyle O'Reilly's going to show up. Yeah. And then that's what...
And he's going to show up and go.
Well, that's what we're going to get. We'll get the Kingdom. So these two plus Roderick Strong against Better Than You Baby and fucking
another one,
Wonky Face. Yeah, that's my predictions. Damn it! So cool. I think Kingdom. You think Kingdom?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, all right. You can like it and not think it. Which I did have one last slide.
It's not necessarily a deal breaker, yeah.
It is if he's suspended, isn't it?
Look,
that's kind of the definition of deal breaker, really.
We don't know what the suspension is, do we?
No, we don't.
It's been reported that he's been suspended. Like that might be like Tony Khan's put him on the naughty step for half an hour. We don't actually know how long the suspension is.
Yeah.
The suspension could be over as we speak.
Yeah, like there was in my mind there was no logical opponent Punk at All Out. But, like, it's in Chicago, so he had to be there. So I was like, I don't think he'll defend the Real World's title again. Like, he's not going to do another match with Samoa Joe so soon.
Beautiful graphic, by the way.
I was like, thanks. I was like, did he go with Ricky Stark? Like, what did he do? So I was thinking of that, and I was like, maybe he will just do it. Because after the back of Young Bucks and FTR, and them not shaking the hands, I was like, well, there's more to that.
We're doing something, yeah.
So I was like, well, how do you do more to that? How do you keep Hangman on the card?
CMFTR in it.
So,
and I still think we could get this. I don't think Punk. I think it'd be a massive, massive thing to not have Punk at All Out. Like, I don't know if Tony can punish him that much, especially because honestly, this time around, it seems just as much Jack as it is Punk.
Well,
yeah. Like, basically, Punk's there. He said to a teenage kid, "Don't play with glass," and the teenage kid's going, "Fuck you all, man." You know what I mean? It's like, you know, at the end of the day, Punk was trying to be responsible, wasn't he?
The best summation of this whole thing I've ever heard. Get off my lawn. Yeah, I love it. But I don't know. I can't see it happening now. And if it doesn't happen, I've no idea what they do. Do you know what I mean? But this... I suppose it's a blessing and a curse, them not announcing matches, because literally, if this was already announced and that happened... I
mean, that might be why Tony's just too nervous to announce a card these days, maybe.
We'll announce everything on the fucking Collision the day before the show. But yeah, I think... I've no idea what's going to happen, but it'll be crazy to have an All-Out in Chicago without Punk.
Yeah, and I just don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out that Punk was suspended for like an hour.
Maybe.
While no show was on anyway.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, he's like, that's it, you missed one collision.
Look at me little clickbaity graphic as well. I've got them too. People are like, what? And now it's like, well, people can be like, this is outdated because Punk's suspended. But
or they'll go, wait a minute, do they know something we don't? And then they click on it and find out. No, we don't.
No, we don't actually. Do you think we're going to get any surprise appearances?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've said Jade Cargill and Kyle O'Reilly.
I like your Jade Cargill shout. I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah, love that. Well, I don't like your fucking Kyle O'Reilly shout because we don't like his fucking stupid face.
Yeah, I don't want Muggins to turn up. Fuck off.
All right, Muggins. And then Will Ospreay didn't.
Will Ospreay appears.
Yeah. So this is where we land. It's always unfortunate when we don't
Can I
have
ask
the
you
card.
something?
Go on.
You know, when your son is playing with his wrestling figures,
Hmm.
he's there in the ring and he's got like probably Jon Moxley or something, or Triple H or someone. Do you just randomly rock up with your Will Ospreay figure and be like, "Hello, Will Ospreay appears"? Is that
I
you?
don't actually have a Will Ospreay figure yet. I need to get one.
Yeah, I think you do. I'm surprised you haven't made one.
No, he's he plays with AJ Styles and Seth Rollins the most, but also MJF. He really loves Sting. I need to find him a Sting figure. If anyone's got any Sting figures you want to give me,
It's P.O. Box.
pop the brother up. I know, why have we got a PO box? And get creepy, like, you know, stalkery things sent to us.
No, it's just shit again.
Toenail clippings and that.
Toenail clippings. Fuck's sake, Tony.
That's why they call him Tony. Okay, but yeah. So it's always hard not knowing the card. It's always hard talking about toenails. Yeah, it's always difficult when you don't know the card. And then we do this on a Tuesday, and by the time probably people even get around to watching it, Dynamite's already happened. Everything changes.
Because our regularly scheduled programming is kind of fucked.
It is a little bit.
Although there's wrestling every night, so it is what it is.
Well, yeah. Yeah, basically, we're not that committed to do a show every day in person.
That's true. Yeah.
So we have to just do it all in one day and then shit like that.
Unless you can help make it our full-time job.
To do that, send your toenail clippings to Absolute gold mine. So yeah, let us know. Do you think this is going to be...
Sorry.
Absolute toe mine. Is this going to be the card? Have I ballsed it up? Have I just got it all completely wrong? Let us know in the comments. Do you like this card? Is CM Punk going to appear?
Don't let us know that.
No.
Barrage of no.
Anthony just doesn't care. He's snacking.
No, I'm not.
While we're still on the show.
No, I'm not. It's just an ASMR for you.
Did you do that on the show one time? Or was that like enough? You did it one time and you were just proper like playing with the microphone. You may have.
No, I don't think we were on air at the time.
Okay. Sounds even worse then, doesn't it, to be honest? I think you may have licked it. Well, we were on air.
I think, for those who haven't figured it out, I've got a cold and I think I'm just losing the fucking plot, to be honest with you.
Don't see me ever doing that, do you?
Look, we all know that man flu is a real thing and much worse than anything anyone has to face. So.
I don't feel like we're doing like a public service announcement. As we all know.
You can help stop man flu today.
And your donations to PO.
Send your toenails in.
That the cure? Who knew?
Well, no, I think I'm just starting to fucking lose it. I think that's why I started opening a bag while we're on it.
So send your sympathy cards to that PO box. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you think of the card. What do you think of the whole Punk situation? If you're listening.
And do you agree with me that Jack Perry seems like a bit of an asshole?
Yeah.
Like, I know I haven't said it at any point yet, I don't think, but he does seem like a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's his character. It feels like he's a little bit of an asshole.
Unless he's like, what's the word? Oh, he's really method actor. Is that the term? You know when Jared Leto was being an asshole because he was being a Joker?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Maybe. Well, it's got Anna Jay, any, so.
Props. Jared Leto?
Probably. Right. So yeah, let us know all the things. And do the other stuff, and like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
Just all the buttons, just click them.
All at once. And we'll catch you on the next one.